welcome back Senator Scott Brown to Littleton.
Well, first of all, thank you all so much for coming out. And when you have someone like Donald Trump who's going to go down there and basically knock some heads and take some numbers and force people to get in a room like this and shut the door and say, by the way, we're going to get this done. I want somebody who doesn't owe anybody anything, who can go down there and basically say, you know what, I don't owe you anything, and they can go down there and be their own person. Yes. That is so critically important. Yes. All right, everybody.
Please welcome the next President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
The media is very dishonest. Although I have to tell you, Time magazine did a cover story of me this week. It's one of the best stories I've ever read about myself. And I wrote about Osama bin Laden in 2000 in my book, that Osama bin Laden, bad guy. I saw him on television. I saw him in the papers. He was very threatening. I said, they better take this guy out. And he knocked down the World Trade Center 2 years later. And one of the moderators, Joe Scarborough, said, well, wait a minute, you mean Trump talked about Osama bin Laden before he knocked down? They said, yeah, he did. And it's not even my main business. I mean, I'm a builder, I'm a developer, I'm a business person. It's not my main business, but I talked about him. Why didn't the politicians know about him? If I knew about him, why didn't they?
He has a plan, and he knows how to put it out. Because for Donald Trump, in his support of the veteran community, I made sure that I'm here, to support him. Donald Trump put together a great team here in New Hampshire. Representative Stefanik, myself, we're part of the conservative groups out of the State House. Representative Job, White House, there's a bunch of us. Very conservative that got involved and seen there was a future for Donald Trump to make America great again.
We are being led by the world's dumbest people. Now, a lot of people think there's something worse than that. There's something sinister going on. I don't happen to believe that, okay? A lot of people think they can't be that stupid. I think they're just incompetent people. I think they don't know what they're doing. We're giving our country away step by step. I say what I say. Whatever it is, I say it. I'm a smart guy. I mean, we're smart people. These people would never have ever said that we have radical Islamic terrorism. We have to find out. We have to do something. These politicians that I'm with, they don't talk about it. Obama refuses to even say what the problem is. You can't solve the problem unless you're willing to talk about it and open up a dialogue. And you can do a beautiful area in Syria. You call it a free zone. In other words, you call it an area where we'll protect, where we'll make it possible for people to live until they can hopefully someday go back to their homes. Get him out of here. Nothing funny about this. He wants jokes. There's nothing funny about this. This is so serious. Out. He's got a very serious problem. I saw that when I came in. I love you. You're the greatest. I love you. No. It's time for you, boy. If I get elected, I will tell you, everybody has to leave. They have to leave. They go out. They have to do it. We can't have the problems that they're having elsewhere. And you look at the world. You look at what's happening. You have a tremendous heroin problem here. It's an amazing thing. Every time I come up to New Hampshire, which is a lot, I talk to people, and one of the first things they mention, and people on the outside don't think of this, but you have a tremendous heroin problem here. Like, it's incredible. And I don't understand it. And a lot of people don't understand it. But you know where it's coming from. And it's spreading far beyond this area. And it's such a serious problem. And young people, and older people too, are becoming totally addicted. We're going to stop it. And then we're going to work on helping. Then we're going to work on helping the people that are here that are addicted. We have people that are fully addicted. And we have to work because they're not doing enough work to help these people. We have to work on it. They come across the border as an act of love. I said, what? They come as an act of love. Tell the people that have had tremendous problems and crime to their family, tell them they come as an act of love. So,
great, thank you. I was wondering what you plan to do if elected as far as regarding Obama's executive order on gun control.
It would be terminated. Look, I'm a big Second Amendment person. All they're doing is taking little chunks out of the Second Amendment. We need protection. We need protection. I thought that Barack Obama, one thing, would be a great unifier. He's turned out to be a great divider. I'm a unifier. People don't understand that about me. I get along. In fact, before I was a politician, I got along with that. I got along with the Democrats, with the Republicans, with liberals, with conservatives. I got along with everybody. The president's talking about the carbon footprint. And then he gets in 3 weeks ago, into an old Boeing 747 Air Force One with the old engines that just spew out more stuff than you've ever seen. And he flies with his family to Hawaii to play golf. And then he flies back in the old 747, spewing out everything. And then he gives a speech on the environment and on the carbon footprint. Give me a break, okay? This is a movement that's going on. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, it's bringing me out the door. The scars of your love reminds me of what they keep me thinking.
Yeah, the total capacity for this room, no. Then it shrinks down. You have to take into consideration all this room here.
My name's Daisy.
Daisy, what did you make of all this?
It was actually like really interesting. He's very outspoken. He's very like eloquent. He can sort of command the room.
I wish those cameras would show the crowd. They don't do that. It's seriously cold outside. Do we agree? Seriously. And they were standing outside for hours. You're tough up here. This is a record crowd, and it's just packed. You know, the military. We're going to make our military so big, so strong, so powerful that nobody is going to mess with us. Nobody. And we're going to take care of our vets like they're supposed to be taken care of, by the way. Because they're not being taken care of. Remember this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. USA! 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 Actually, if you think about it, it's very rude. It really is very rude. But I remember when Bernie Sanders, when they took over his microphone, that's not happening with Trump, folks. That's not happening with Trump. Wasn't that a pathetic scene? That scene when he lost control of his mic was pathetic. And this is what we have leading our country. What's going on back there? And up in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, you have a tremendous problem with drugs. You know where much of that's coming from. We're going to stop it, and we're going to work with the people that really have had the problem, and we're going to try like hell to get them better. But you know where that stuff is coming from? They're not going to be sending it over so easy anymore, folks. You have the heroin problem up here. It's incredible. It's a serious problem up here. And it's not me. I'm a messenger in a sense. It's all of us. It's a movement. I'm telling you, it's a movement. It's a movement. We're the noisy majority. We're not silent anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. We're not taking it. Then they say you can't build a wall. I'm really good at building things. I'm the best at building things. I'm the best. What I do is build. And I build under budget, and I build ahead of schedule, under schedule. I build good. And I'll tell you, we're going to have a beautiful wall. It's going to be a real wall. It's going to go nice and high. And it's going to look good because someday they'll name it the Trump Wall probably, you know. Yeah, get him out, please. Yeah, get him out. June 16th, I announced. Everybody said, forget it. I got to do it. There's too many stupid things happening. And I tell the story, the famous escalator in Trump Tower. I said to my wife, I never saw that many cameras. See all those cameras back there now? All live. Every speech I make has to be live. There is such love in these rooms. Here, Dallas, no matter where I go, it's all the same. It's love. It's love. They love our country. They love our country. I speak from the heart. And I said to my wife, boy, I'd rather not do it. And I looked down, and in the atrium of Trump Tower, it looked like the Academy Awards. It really did. I've never seen so many cameras in my life. We have a lot. Look at all the cameras here tonight, and all live television. You're all on live. Wave. Hi, folks. But I wish they'd turn the cameras and show the audience, but they tend not to do that. They tend not to do that. They tend not to do that. They don't like to do that. We won't do it too much tonight. Wow! And I'm at the top of the escalator. And believe me, it takes guts. Oh, I love that man. Look, stand up. It says Trump and Tom Brady. Look together. I love Tom Brady. And Tom's my friend, and he's been saying great things about me. You know that. And I'll tell you what, he's a champ and he's a winner, and that's what we need in this country. We need people like that. And we went down the famous escalator, right? Boom. And then I brought up a thing called illegal immigration. And did I take heat? But you had Kate, beautiful Kate in San Francisco, killed by an illegal immigrant. Jamil in Los Angeles, young guy, shot in the face for no reason whatsoever, was going to go to one of the great colleges. You had the woman, veteran, wonderful woman, 66-year-old veteran, and retired, proud, raped, sodomized, and killed in Los Angeles, in California, and so many others. And I want people coming into our country, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. We can't have this. So I said to my wife, let's go. Come on. And it was an amazing day, and what's happened since then has been incredible. People have said there's never been anything like it, and it is a movement. We have to do something. We have something that's so great we can't lose it. We're going to lose it. You get these generals. Do you see them? They're always on television. They're talking. Whoever, do you think the great General George Patton would have been talking on television? He does. He shoots. He does. General Douglas MacArthur, they don't talk. We let one of our best generals go, tough and rough, and his people loved him. But he used foul language, okay? You think General Patton might have used a little foul language as he was destroying the enemy? And I see one of these generals, I won't mention names because he looks like he's a nice guy. Who cares, right? But they're asking about ISIS, and he's saying, oh, it's very tough. It's very tough. They're bad. They chop off heads. When Hillary said, I don't like the tone of Mr. Trump, the tone, they're chopping off people's heads in the Middle East. The tone, she's worried about tone. I'm a much nicer person than she is, but we have to be tough, and we have to be vigilant. We either have a country or we don't. We either have a border or we don't. It's got to be done right, folks. So I announced, and the pundit said, oh, he announced. Wow, that's surprising. Oh, not another one of these characters. But wouldn't it be nice if we actually could get along with other countries? Wouldn't that be a positive thing? You know, Russia, in all fairness, we spend so much money. We're fighting everybody. We get nothing. We never win the fights. We don't win economically. We don't win in trade. We don't win anything. If we could get along with people, but get along smart, it would be so good. There'd be peace. And we can use them to knock out ISIS because we're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. We're going to have to do it. We have we're going to do it. I said, we got to find out who's coming into our country. We don't know who's coming into our country. And we've got to find out, we've got to figure out, because something's going wrong. When you have the Boston Marathon, where it was so seriously, I mean, when I watched that, that was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Get him out. People want to see somebody that knows what the hell he or she is doing. And we are going to do something special. We are going to do something special. We are going to really do something special. We have a president that won't use the term radical, right? What's the word? Radical Islamic terrorism. How do you solve a problem when you refuse to say what the problem is? You don't solve it. We are going to be smart in our country. We are going to be unpredictable in our country. We are not going to tell the enemy that we're leaving Iraq on such and such a day in 18 months. One of the reporters said to me tonight, well, You have to explain exactly what are you going to do. I said, I really don't want to tell you. Press is saying, but you have to do it. You have to say, you have to. So we have to be unpredictable. I thought that Barack Obama, one thing I would say, I thought he'd be, at a minimum, I thought he'd be a great cheerleader for the country. And he's been a great divider. It's a divided country. It's a country with so much hatred. It's got so much hatred. And they're told to stand back. Let people flow across, stand back. That's not happening anymore. We are going to make it great again. We're going to make it greater than ever before. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
What outlet are you from?
My name is I'm a national political photographer for the Washington Post.
What is your opinion on negative press for Donald Trump, but in the contrast, that negative press, negative publicity is giving Donald Trump the higher ratings in the polls?
I think if a responsible journalistic outlet reports on what he says and how he says it and who he's actually saying it to, if that actually is done in a proper and ethical manner, then basically he's making his own news. So I think he's actually bringing himself up in the polls or down in the polls, depending what poll you listen to. Polls actually mean a lot more during this presidential cycle than last. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
That's a very good way to end. Always ask me what I should add. I just want to say that it's wonderful to see young journalists out here asking questions, getting information, and listening. And young journalists just keep asking questions and listen and watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Lowell TV, right?
Yes, we are. My name is Andre Regal, and my colleague Vatara Heng from the Lowell High School TV production program, and we're here covering Donald Trump's presidential rally.
Pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah, pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
Well, we're just in a TV production class, and it just so happened that today Donald Trump's coming over here, and maybe we can cover it. And being Lowell High School in front of the Soccer Arena, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of.
How long you been following Trump? Since him and Milana came down the escalator. I just want my country back again so that I can give it over to my kids.
I'm here for the veterans.
Yeah, right. Good. Good.
I'm here for the veterans.
Yep.
This was done up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, December 4th, when he got the Law Enforcement Benevolence Fund endorsement.
We're going to get tons of pictures today.
Happened that the war broke out while I was stationed there. Okay. Yeah, I was already there.
You can wear your gear, but I don't know.
First 11 days before they got things organized, there's 6 of us in the entire region to take care of Kuwait to Egypt and all the way down past Pakistan. 6 Navymen.
Obi-Wan, baby.
Thank you for coming. Make America great again. And right.
How to make America great again. One vehicle at a time. Andover is doing well. We had a lot of great success, as you know, during the primary. Huge turnout.
Trump loves the veterans and we love him. That's what this parade's about. So we are saying thank you to our vets and making sure that people know that Mr. Trump is going to help the VA. That's what we're doing at this parade. And we're
going to save our country.
Yeah, he's going to save it. I mean, it's incredible. The guy's incredible. One of a kind. You know.
Don't get run over, young man.
Now, what branch of the service were you in?
Army in Europe, Cold War, and during the Korean War.
Thanks for your service.
You're welcome.
How you doing?
You pull it with your thumb, just pull the trigger and let it go slow. It's a ride if I were.
Great to see you. Nice to meet you too.
You got one more.
Thank you for everything. Appreciate all that you do for the country.
What's wrong, honey bunny? What do you say, guys? Thank you. What's wrong? Come on. Thank you. Happy Memorial Day.
Thank you everybody for coming out. We are the silent majority that has come out to support veterans because veterans matter. You are the greatest people ever, and let's continue to support Mr. Trump.
Trump.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Okay. Hi.
And I feel like our army needs to get stronger, and ISIS is a big concern for me this election, and he has the strongest stance on it. I'm all about our veterans, I'm all about our army, keeping America strong. You know, I think we're all really proud Americans, and we want to keep our country.
My name is Ellen. I'm on the telephone a lot.
For Trump?
Yeah.
This is the Massachusetts Democrat Convention, and what we're doing is trying to draw attention to the fact that 20,000 Democrats this year switched their voter registration, most for the first time, so that they could vote for Trump.
This goes to show you how we rank number 2 in ignorance in this country.
Sir, what do you say to the 20,000 Democrats who left the party to vote for Trump?
I think they miscounted
I think they need to recount their number.
So are you arguing that 20,000 left the party to vote for Trump?
I don't believe it.
Primary.
Only those people are for Trump.
In the primary, 20,000 people left the Democratic primary to vote. They left the primary to vote for Trump on March 1st. So you don't buy that?
Where are the 20,000 people?
Where's everybody who voted for Bernie? Everybody who voted for Hillary? They're not all here.
You saying retiring Sheriff Frank Cousins is supporting Trump?
That's correct. He actually endorsed Donald Trump pre-primary on the Howie Carr Show Live. Yep.
You got any of those former Democrats for Trump stickers?
I'm a former Democrat.
Me too. Irish Catholic, many years. Union Stewart, 1101 Manhattan. I'm still a Union guy. Yep, we're the old Kennedy. Kennedy Democrats, and that our party is no longer the party of the Kennedy Democrats.
Things change.
Time to change.
This event is to celebrate Donald Trump becoming the Republican candidate.
You're a delegate?
Yeah, I'm a delegate.
Are you going to Cleveland?
I am. That's right. In July.
And are we going to go the progressive route that has been destroying this country, or are we going to seek a different route?
My name is Dean Cavaretta, and I was the state primary director for Mr. Trump's campaign in Massachusetts. Welcome back to Lowell tonight. We want to thank Frank Liccarda and his staff. So I want to introduce our state co-chair for you, the first elected official in Massachusetts to support Mr. Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jeff Deal, State Representative.
Thanks, Dean. So this has been a long journey. It's almost been a year, 1 year, since Trump announced and started running one of the most unconventional campaigns I've ever seen. So we are seeing a historic campaign for presidency. This is a campaign where you all have made the difference. It's not Donald Trump. You guys have made Donald Trump rise to the top and win. Out of 17 candidates, Donald Trump won the primary. And tonight, we see that victory complete. Donald Trump represents us, and he's going to fight for us, and we're going to watch him fight, and we're going to watch him win in November. Two people that really organized Massachusetts in a way that I've never seen. Dean Cavaretta, let's give him a big round of applause. When Dean first signed on to be the state director for Donald Trump, he got savaged in the Globe. But you know what? That was a badge of honor, and he took that energy and he turned it around, and he made Massachusetts the best results for Donald Trump up until New York. We were the highest return, 31% gap between him and the next candidate. So that was an amazing, amazing job by he, and also Bonnie Johnson. Anybody know Bonnie Johnson? Dean and Bonnie were like Bonnie and Clyde, let's just put it that way. Can you imagine in January being at the inauguration for Donald J. Trump? Can you imagine it? Make it happen, because that's what you guys can do.
When's his birthday, do you know?
June 14th.
Yeah, this is a good book for if you know the area. I mean, it's
A man who needs no introduction, who will be attending the Republican National Convention in Cleveland in July, along with Kathy Carr, his wife, who's been an elected delegate with our state delegation. It's our great honor to welcome Howie Carr.
Listen, it's great to be here tonight in Lowell, Massachusetts. In some ways, this is not exactly where it started, but this is one of the places where it became very clear the attraction that Donald Trump was going to have to the rank and file voters, whether they were Republicans or independents or even Democrats, whether it was Little Marco or Low Energy Jeb or Rick Perry with his fake glasses on, or all the rest of them. You showed them how people were fed up with the BS from the mainstream Republican rhinos. I don't know if you remember the movie The Blob. I'm thinking about the original Blob movie. You know, it was Steve McQueen. And the Blob, they would throw everything at the Blob, and the Blob would just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And they'd say, we're going to hold out inside this diner. And like an hour later, the diner is inside the Blob, right? Or it's like Godzilla in the Japanese horror movies, running into the power lines. You know, they think he can't get beyond these power lines because they'll electrocute him. And then Godzilla runs into the power lines, and he's got more power than ever before, right? It's the same thing with Donald Trump. The more they hit him, the more power he has. You know, they can't take him down. As you know, my wife is a delegate to Cleveland. It's good to see everybody here. I know a lot of the people in the room. And my daughter now, Charlotte, is working for the Trump organization in New York. She's working for the business end of the operation. She had to go out last week, and she came back from college, and she called up her boss at the internship. She said to the boss, what kind of clothes should I wear every day? And the woman, Amanda Miller, she works directly for Donald Trump, said, you know, Charlotte, you can never go wrong if you just go out to one of the outlet stores and buy yourself a bunch of Ivanka Trump outfits. Well, listen, Mr. Trump, I'm going to turn it over to you. And congratulations for your great victory. Nobody would have ever expected this 51 weeks ago today when you came down the escalator on Fifth Avenue there. Congratulations, Mr. Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, Howie Carr, Eric Jackman.
The polls closed first in New Jersey. And right now, Fox News can project, as expected, Donald Trump has won there.
The question is, can Donald Trump really make the pivot to the general election, and has he resolved his issues with the Republicans? He's the uncontested Republican nominee.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it, folks. We're going to do it. And I will never, ever let you down. Too much work, too many people, blood, sweat, and tears. Never going to let you down. We're going to make you and your family safe, secure, and prosperous.
Lowell, to me, represents America, working class people, my kind of people, working people. Let's give the people of Lowell in Massachusetts a round of applause. Route 495 was pretty nice coming in. It looks like that road's maintained pretty well. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm used to nicer places though. I mean, Mar-a-Lago, anybody been to Mar-a-Lago, my resort town in Florida? Beautiful place. Trump Tower, anyone been to Trump Tower? That place is tremendous. Very beautiful. So we won, and we won huge. Now this is just the beginning. I mean, the primary was like a Royal Rumble. I do. I'm a man of action. I get things done. I build things, I create things, and I employ thousands. And Ben Carson is leading my vice presidential search. And what he's doing is he's taking his scalpel and cutting people's heads open and checking out their brains to see if they're smart enough for the job. When I found out that Ben did the alien autopsies at Area 51, he was hired instantly. Instantly hired to cut people's heads open. Trump makes money off building people up, building businesses, and employing tens of thousands. Give me a round of applause for that. I get in there, first day in office, full pardon for Tom Brady, Deflategate is a disaster. He didn't do it, he's innocent. Roger Goodale's been on a Salem witch hunt. Classic Salem witch hunt, witch trial.
Put your thumbs up. Put your thumbs up. Goodbye, kids. We love you. We love you all. Yeah, you're on TV. Look. I'm on TV. Everybody, you're going to be good to your parents, right? Goodbye, everybody. Bye, sweetheart. Bye. Well, it was made, right? He is so bad on immigration that when people find out, there's no way they vote. So goodbye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
The stars of your love reminds
Mr. Donald J. Trump.
The attack on the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, was the worst terrorist strike on our soil since September 11th. So many people gravely injured, so much carnage, such a disgrace. The horror is beyond description. The families of these wonderful people are totally devastated, and they will be forever. Likewise, our whole nation, and indeed, the whole world is devastated. We express our deepest sympathies to the victims, the wounded, and their families. We mourn as one people for our nation's loss and pledge our support to any and all who need it. I would like to ask now that we all observe a moment of silence for the victims of this attack. Our nation stands together in solidarity with the members of Orlando's LGBT community. They have been through something that nobody could ever experience. This is a very dark moment in America's history. It's a strike at the heart and soul of who we are as a nation. It's an assault on the ability of free people to live their lives, love who they want, and express their identity. It's an attack on the right of every single American to live in peace and safety in their own country. We have a dysfunctional immigration system, but if I get in there, it's going to change, and it's going to change quickly. We're going from totally incompetent to just the opposite, believe me. Many of the principles of radical Islam are incompatible with Western values and institutions. Radical Islam is anti-woman, anti-gay, and anti-American. If we want to protect the quality of life for all Americans, women and children, gay and straight, Jews and Christians, and all people, then we need to tell the truth about radical Islam, and we need to do it now. Even our own FBI director has admitted that we cannot effectively check the backgrounds of people we're letting into America. We want to remain a free and open society. Then, and if we do, then we have to control our borders. When it comes to radical Islamic terrorism, ignorance is not bliss. It's deadly, totally deadly. We need a new leader. We need a new leader fast. I refuse to be politically correct. The public has a right to know how these people got here, how they came onto this great land. Why are they here? We have to stop the tremendous flow of Syrian refugees into the United States. We don't know who they are, they have no documentation, and we don't know what they're planning, and we won't, unless we have proper supervision and proper leadership, in which case they're out of here. We've got to get smart and tough and vigilant, and we've got to do it now, because later is too late, going to be too late for our country. Why would we admit people who support violent hatred? We can't afford to keep on going like this, cannot afford it. We owe $19 trillion in debt and no longer have any options. This is not an act of offense against anyone. It's really an act of defense. But I want every American to succeed, including Muslims. But the Muslims have to work with us. They have to work with us. I'd like to conclude my remarks today by again expressing our solidarity with the people of Orlando who have come under this horrific attack. America will be a tolerant and open society. America will also be a safe society. We will protect our borders at home. We will defeat ISIS overseas. We have no choice. We will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I've actually said that we should hold off on all immigration at this point because it's so screwed up. We have 4.3 million people, give or take, coming through the system right now. And how does somebody who's been interviewed 3 times, do you know anybody who's been interviewed 1 time by the FBI? I don't. This guy 3 times, and he still has the ability not only to work for a security company that has contracts, that is actually working, you know, in that type of space, the security space. He actually can get his hands on a firearm. That's unacceptable. Bottom line is, how did he get his hands on a weapon?
Senator, is this a new beginning for the Trump campaign? Does this speech mark a new beginning or a new chapter?
No, I think the chapter is the same chapter that's been, you know, moving along just like every other. He's gone through 17 candidates down to 1. He's moving into the general election. It's not a reset, you know, 4 or 5 times like the Clinton campaigns had. You know, she's reset her campaign 4 or 5 times.
Going forward, how much are we going to see you on the campaign trail here in New Hampshire for Donald Trump?
Well, I've been doing, as you know, right from when I endorsed him, working, getting the team ready for behind the scenes, getting the ground game out, doing a whole host of things.
And
Senator Scott Brown, Senator, how do you think this event went?
Yeah, I thought it was rock solid. He did a great job, talked about things that people care about, immigration, obviously, national security, foreign policy, so it was good.
What do you think the next step will be in this campaign?
Well, I just got to get out the votes, you know, start developing the team and get out the votes and start, you know, bringing it home.
How'd it go in there, Fred?
Good. Great day, isn't it? Fantastic speech by Mr. Trump.
How you doing?
How are you?
What do you think of the speech?
It was strong, it was encompassing, and it faces the issues. And what it does say underneath is, it says that he's really willing to deal with everyone equally. Surprise! I think that's what we need in Washington.
And happy Father's Day to you, sir, and Mr. Trump.
I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight.